Hey Josie, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Doctor?
Good. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Well, it's been a while since I've been in.
I know. How have you been doing?
I've been doing okay. I've been having trouble. I don't know. I've been having trouble with work a lot.
Is that what brought you in today? Mainly
Well,
work, or?
Well, there seems to be a lot going on. I just feel pretty withdrawn. I had the job that I had last time I was here at the factory. And I don't know, I just didn't feel like that I was able to keep up. I wasn't as fast as everybody else was. I just didn't feel like it was where I belonged. I didn't feel like it was where I needed to be. And so I ended up quitting. And I know that wasn't the right thing to do because I need money. I got to pay the bills. And I know that I should be more responsible than that, but I didn't feel comfortable there. I didn't feel like it was the right place for me. So
well, you said that you didn't feel comfortable there, you didn't feel good, but what pinpoint some emotions that you were having about the surrounding work while you were there?
I just didn't feel like I fit in with everybody else. I felt like I didn't do the work as good as they did it. I didn't do it as fast as they did it. And I just didn't feel like I fit in well with them.
Okay. So were these things you hear from your boss or from coworkers, or is this just something you kind of thought up on your own?
No, they actually did their part in trying to make me feel comfortable, asking me to go to lunch, and not the boss, but the other coworkers did. And I don't know. I guess it's just lack of interest, maybe. I had no interest in really getting to know them.
So you didn't really socialize with your coworkers?
I didn't, no. I didn't want to.
When they would ask you, do you want to go to lunch, what would you do? Or what would you say?
I would just tell them I brought my lunch, even if I didn't. And if I didn't, most of the time I wouldn't eat any lunch, or I would just eat out of the snack machine. But I didn't make them feel like it was them because, I just didn't have any interest in being around them. I just didn't feel like I was good enough to go out with them for some reason. I don't know. I just didn't feel like I was.
So you said that was your previous job. What's your job status now?
Well, I got another job, and I'm working in this warehouse, and it's kind of where I can be more by myself. I'm not have to be around a whole lot of people because I just pull products out of this warehouse.
So do you feel more comfortable in that position?
Yeah. I feel more comfortable just being by myself.
Okay.
For right now, I do.
So is work and stuff, is that the only thing you're dealing with right now as far as being withdrawn?
Well, I've been in a relationship for a long time. We've talked about that before. And it's been on again, off again for a while. And I just, he's a great guy. I mean, it's not him. He's good to me, but I am having a difficult time making a commitment. And because we've been in the relationship for a while, I know that that's what he expects is a commitment. And he deserves a commitment. But I'm just feeling like, I'm not quite sure. I just kind of feel like I'm having a hard time belonging anywhere right now. Feeling like it's the place I'm supposed to be. At work and in my relationships, I'm having a difficult time. And so anyway, I told him I didn't want to see him anymore. So then I did go out with somebody else once because someone fixed me up with him. And so I felt obligated. But as soon as I was there, I just felt like this is not where I want to be. This is not what I want to be doing. So I'm feeling like I'm having a hard time committing to anything.
To a lot of different areas in your life. Right?
And anything that requires, you know, any amount of loyalty from me, I'm just having a hard time giving that up.
Well, here's the thing. What I'm hearing you say is that your environments really aren't unhealthy. You know, it sounded like that your workplace was a pretty healthy environment, that this relationship that you were in was a pretty healthy environment. Okay, Josie, since we've kind of determined that your environments aren't really the problem, okay, that your workplace and your relationship, those were healthy environments. So that kind of makes me believe that the problem might lie with you instead. So, can you kind of pinpoint something or just a feeling that you have surrounding these problems that you're having?
Well, I really, what I keep feeling more than anything is I just don't feel worthy. I don't feel like I'm worthy to have that job, making like $15 an hour. I don't feel like I was worthy of the relationship that I had with such a good person. And I don't know why I feel that way, but I do know it's me, not them. I mean, I feel like you're right about that, but I just don't feel worthy of these things in my life.
Okay. Well, that's important. It's good that you've determined that it's you and not them, and that you kind of put a name to the problem that you're having, which is that you're not feeling worthy of maybe these blessings that are in your life. You know, with having a job that, you know, a lot of people, nowadays you're just lucky to have a job, or you're lucky to have a healthy relationship.
Right.
So we need to find out why you don't feel worthy of those things. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Why don't you try to remember, just take a second to remember a time early in your life, or maybe the very first time that you remember feeling unworthy about something.
Well, I can remember when I was a kid, and my sister and brother would be, whatever they did, basically, it would be like, you know, playing a board game or going outside and playing, bike riding, playing basketball in the driveway, or whatever they were doing.
Did you say this was your siblings or friends?
My siblings. I just, I mean, they always asked me if I wanted to come do whatever they were doing, but I always held back because I didn't feel like I was good enough to go out there and play with them. And I thought, well, what if I, you know, miss a basket, or what if I don't know why I always think of those things, you know, I just never felt like I was worthy enough to go out there and play with them. So I stayed alone more so than I engaged with my sister and brother. They always tried, though, to include me.
So do you feel like that relates strongly to the same feelings you're having now, as far as you know, not wanting to socialize with coworkers, or not being able to commit to a relationship?
Well, I hadn't really thought about it, but because I hadn't thought that far back, you know, in my past. But yeah, I feel like that the feelings could be really similar or the same, you know, same. I have the same thoughts.
So what kind of message do you get now, looking back at that memory? Do you feel regret that you didn't go out and play with them, or guilty that you didn't spend more time with your brother and sister? What kind of feelings does it give you now for the decision that you made back then, due to that feeling of unworthiness?
Well, I definitely regret not going out and playing because now, like when we're at family functions and stuff, they always talk about memories and things that they did, and sometimes they would go places with my grandparents, and I wouldn't go because I didn't feel like I should be the one going, and I really regret that now because I don't have those memories. I'm not a part of everything they talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And that bothers me. I'd like to have been more a part of all of the activities that they engaged in.